Hello everyone, Luke here again, next video for Yu-Gi-Oh! And the locals and tournament report, and yes, first place Aromage. Yeah, I like these sleeves. Got a few sleeves like this from Yahoo Japan for different artworks, different creatures anyway, monsters I mean. Alright, so let's get started here with the deck. Start off with all the monsters. Alright, so we got the 3 Aromage Jasmine. There we go. And during our main phase, if my life points is higher than your opponent's, you can normal summon 1 plant type monster in addition to your normal summon or set. Also, if you gain life points once per turn, you can draw a card. Yes, excellent. To start with, I ran 2 Aromage Rosemary as well, and her effect is while your life points are higher than your opponent's, if a plant type monster you control attacks, your opponent cannot activate monster effects until the end of the damage step. So almost Armage's effect there, it just doesn't stop the spell or traps. But once per turn, if you gain life points, you can target a face-up monster on the field, change its battle position. Whether it's yours or your opponent's, for example, you can always switch Jasmine to defense mode if you want. Or something like that. And so we got the new card, the Marjoram, and she is, while your life points are higher than your opponent's, you take no battle damage from attacks involving your plant monsters. You can only use each of the following effects of Aromage Marjoram once per turn. When a plant type monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from your hand, then gain 500 life points. If you gain life points, target cards in your opponent's graveyard up to the number of Aromage monsters you control, banish them. That second effect is very useful throughout the tournament. And we also got 1 Bergamot here. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, if a plant monster attacks a defense position monster, it does piercing damage. Also, if you gain life points during that turn, this gains an extra 1,000. So he gets pretty big. And we got 1 of the Aromage Laurel. And here's, if your life points are higher than your opponent's, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you gain life points, you target 1 non-tuner plant monster on the field. It is treated as a tuner this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can gain 500 life points. You can only use each of the effects of Laurel once per turn. Also ran 2 Aromage. These were really useful throughout the day. So if it's in defense mode, if this is flip face up like that, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, during each player's end turn, you gain 500 life points. And also ran 3 Aromaseraphy Angelica. What she is, during either player's turn, you can discard this card, then target 1 Aroma monster in your graveyard, gain life points equal to that target's attack. While your life points is higher than your opponent's, you control, and if you control an Aroma monster and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect once per turn. Yep, and she's a level 1 tuner. Also ran 3 Lonefire Blossom. So tribute a plant type monster, special summon a plant type monster from your deck. And 1 more tuner with the Glow Up Bulb. So if it's in the graveyard, once per duel, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Special summon this card. Hey, spells. Oh dear, just lost them all. Okay, start off with the field spell. I'll probably want, oh whoops. One of the most important cards of the deck, the 3 Aroma Garden. So once per turn, if you control an Aroma monster, you can gain 500 life points. Also, all your monsters you control gain 500 attack points till the end of your opponent's turn, even if this card leaves the field. So that's any monster, doesn't have to be plant or Aroma. Also, if a face-up Aroma monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effects sent to the graveyard, you gain 1,000 life points. So yeah, just plenty of life point gainage from that thing. And 3 new cards here, the Aroma Gardening. So if you normal or special summon an Aroma monster, except during the damage step, you can gain 1,000 life points, and when an opponent's monster declares an attack or your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can special summon a Aroma monster from your deck in either position. You can only use each effect once per turn, but that's just massive life point gains. You're really good. Other cards include the 2 Twin Twisters. Of course, discard a card, target up to 2 spell traps, go on the field, destroy them. Terraforming. Yes, you want this card. You want the Aroma Garden. Raigeki, destroy all your opponent's monsters. And Monster Reborn, of course, to any monster from the graveyards. Well, sort of, as long as they can be summoned from the graveyard by its effect. Alright, trap cards. 3 Humid Winds. So this has a couple of different effects, and you can use them both during the same turn. The first one is you can pay 1,000 life points, add an Aroma monster from your deck to your hand. Also, if your life points is lower than your opponent's, you can gain 500 life points. You can only use each effect of Humid Winds once per turn. But they're really good effects. I mean, searching effects, and then you can just gain 500. Basically, you're getting a search for just 500. Okay, and 2 of the new cards, the Blessed Winds, and this is, you can activate one of the following effects per turn, and that is send a plant type monster from your hand or face up onto the field to the graveyard, gain 500 life points. Second effect, target a plant monster in your graveyard, shuffle in the deck, gain 500 life points. Or the third effect is you pay 1,000 life points, special summon an Aroma monster from your graveyard. Yes, that has lots of useful effects. And I play the one of the Dried Winds. So if you gain life points, target a face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy it. If you control an Aroma monster and your life points is at least 3,000 higher than your opponent's, you can pay life points equal to the difference, destroy face-up monsters your opponent controls whose combined attack is less than or equal to the life points you pay to activate this effect. You can only use each effect of Dried Winds once per turn. So yes, one of them pretty useful at times. Played 2 Mirror Force for protection. Yeah, these were useful. I found these were useful because you're not always going to be able to have plays to make every turn. Sometimes you can brick or just not have the right cards. And let's see, we also had 2 Solemn Strike as well. Very good. I'm glad I added them. So pay the 1,500 to negate the effect, negate a special summon. And also had 1 Metaverse as well because yeah, you want the Aroma Garden. Alright, start off with the, okay, let's go with the tournament report. First round was against Rockets. That was interesting anyway. I saw oh no, wait a minute, I haven't got to the extra deck yet. Thought there was something missing. Okay, let's start off with some new stuff. Like the Aromaseraphy Sweet Marjoram. So she is 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monsters. Also, while your life points are higher than your opponent's, your opponent cannot target plant type monster you control with card effects, and you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can add a Humid Winds, Dried Winds, or Blessed Winds from deck to hand. Also, its other effect is if you gain life points, target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. So search straight away for one of these, one of them, etc. And also the fact you can disrupt your opponent either turn just destroying stuff is really good. Also played 1 of the Aromaseraphy Rosemary, and she is, while your life points is higher than your opponent's, or plant type monster you control gain 500 attack and defense. Once per turn, if you gain life points, target a face-up card your opponent controls. That face-up card has its effects negate till the end of the turn. So that's not so bad. Black Rose Dragon plant deck, so destroy a card in the field or its other effect to, of course, banish a plant type monster, switch a defense monster your opponent controls to attack and make its attack 0. Armadis, of course, got the good effect, your opponent cannot activate cards effects when it attacks. That was really good. Coral Dragon is on another level 6. If it's Synchro Summon, you can discard a card, target a card your opponent controls destroyed. If it's destroyed, sent to the graveyard. It does have to be sent to the graveyard. Actually, if it's if this Synchro Summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, so it doesn't have to be destroyed. I draw a card, and also got the Bryonic as well to bounce cards back to the hands. That was useful. I'm over here. Okay, and let's go to the Link monsters. 2 Aromatherapy Jasmine. So it's 2 plant monsters. If your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card and any plant monsters it points to cannot be destroyed by battle. You contribute 1 monster this card points to. Special summon a plant monster from your deck in defense position. You can only use this effect of Jasmine once per turn. Now, once per turn, if you gain life points, add a plant monster from your deck to your hand. So, protects from battle, special summon a plant from the deck, search a plant from the deck, just really useful. Especially if you just tribute something, summon a Lone Fire Blossom, and tribute a Lone Fire Blossom, then you can put something in attack mode if you want. Link Karibo, well, there's quite a lot of level 1 monsters in this deck, so this is a really good card to have. Pentastag, generic level 2 there, just lets my monsters do piercing damage. And we'll go for some Link 3s here. So we got Power Code Talker, and we also got the Decode Talker as well. You can gain life point, you can gain attack points, second that one by tributing, plus you can also negate the monster's effect. Say you just Skull Dread for a Link 4 with all of its abilities. And last is a Borosaur Dragon. Okay, now I can go to that tournament report anyway. So first up, was against Rocket. And saw a Furious Dragon actually come our first turn, but I had the Dried Winds. So I was actually able to destroy it straight away. He didn't actually have much else other than that. He had lots of back rows, so I was able to summon an Armatus next turn. And the next couple of turns, I was just I was able to attack a couple of times with Armatus, and then the turn afterwards, he did get another monster on the field. But so what I did, I went for the Aromatherapy Angelica. I went for a Bryonic. I just sent a bunch of cards to the graveyard to get rid of his field, and used the Monster Reborn. I brought back the Armatus as well, and that's what won it for me. Second game, I don't even remember what happened because I have such bad memory. Anyway, on to the next round. Salamane Great, yes. So that was quite a good back and forth duel in both games actually. I was just pretty much just had to hang in there and get control. Just try and control my field with Solemn Strike's help, when you can get rid of a Heat Leo with Solemn Strike, and Humid Winds as well helps get me life points back, and also the searching. And let's see what else happened. So there was obviously a Marjoram helped as well. Also, basically what won it for me in both games was this Marjoram. Because when you can get rid of a Foxy and a Balinx in the graveyard, then that's just really good. That's what I did in both games. That's what helped. Is I just kept banishing monsters, but especially the Foxy and the Balinx. And I had an Armatus on game 2 as well to stop the other Balinx when he had a second one in the graveyard. And then I was able to Bryonic to win in the second game. Sorry, no, that was the first game, sorry. The second game I actually won by time with too many life points. Because I had the Aroma Gardening, so I was able to gain a lot of life points just by that. And also the field spell helped, and all I had to do was hang in there, because I had the Aroma Jar on the field, which he wasn't able to get over. So I was just gaining too many life points per turn, and that was it. So yes, I explained the first game with Brionica, Mantis, etc., and the Marjoram to Sven. And the second game, yes, won by time. Once time ran out because of all that shenanigans. Anyway, third round, final round against Gravekeepers. So that was pretty tough, obviously, because there was just... I could not get rid of Necro Valley in both games, so wasn't able to use... wasn't able to get my Angelicas out from the graveyard. I mean, I also had some dead Blessed Wind, had a dead Blessed Wind on the field as well. And basically what it was, just me doing the same thing. I was hanging in there. I had 2 Humid Winds on the field, so I was able to search what I needed at the time and also gain life points back. I just had to wait until I had the right play, which was to get a Rosemary in the field. I was able to get rid of a Supernaturalist. That way I could also get rid of the what is it? Is it the Hidden Tombs or the Imperial Tombs? The ones which stops me from special summoning. So that went as well. And since those were gone, since the Supernaturalist gone, then I could finally get rid of that Necro Valley. Then I was able to get the Angelica onto the field. I was able to link summon into Jasmine, and just go from there in the first game. Second game was basically I just controlled. I had an Aroma Jar on the field for quite a number of turns. I had another one of these. Had the Garden as well. Basically, I just waited until I was able to make a colossal board, and that's how I was able to win that one. Also got to Solemn Strike the Spiritualist when he wanted to get out another Supernaturalist. It's the first one he summoned. I was able to get rid of it with Bryonic. And yeah, so I was able to win that one as well. Able to work around Necro Valley somehow. But anyway, yeah, so that's how the day went. It went, yeah, very happy with how the deck went in the end. So now let's get some boosters. We've got like oh yeah, I suppose I should show the side deck too, shouldn't I? Since these are facing there. So I ran another twin twisters. I ran 2 Cauldron of the Old Man as well. Newer card. So when this card is activated, you can place a counter on it. Once per turn during your standby phase, place a counter on this card. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Gain 500 life points for each counter on this card, or inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each counter on this card. So that was kind of useful. I also ran the 3 Cactus Bouncer. So it cannot be special summoned, but while another plant monster is on the field, neither player can special summon monsters, so that can be a good control card. It's also got 1800 attack, which isn't so bad. I had 1 more Mirror Force. Also ran the 3 Rivalry of Warlords. So this is each player must send monsters from her side of the field to the graveyard so that he or she only controls one type of face-up monster as long as this card remains face-up in the field. Can only summon or control one type of face-up monster from the card. So since everything in this deck is plant except the jar, which is a rock, this is really good and can be useful against whatever I'm up against. And also I play 3 Cyber Dragons and 2 Chimera Tech in case I come up against machine type users. Alright, so yes, now we've got some boosters. So start off with this old tournament pack 7. Kind of they ran out of the newer stuff. That sometimes happens. So I got this old one. All right, let's have a look. All right, so we got a Spell Power Grasp here. We got a Prickle Fairy. Oh, look at that! So we have a Destrudo. Obviously, this is a card we see quite a bit. Actually, this is the only one I've got. Actually, I've never had one of these before. So yeah, let's I think I'll go ahead and just put this in a binder somewhere. Alright, so 3 Mystic Fighters. See if I can get some Dragon Maids or something. Oh, this is cool. So I got a super rare Debris Dragon. And let's see, Heavy Slump. And look at that, I got a Tempest. I needed one of them. Okay, and we got a Mathmech. And we got another Mathmech. Right, that's our secret, the Mathmech Superfactual. No, so I got 2 cards. So I've got like 3 cards I could find useful already. Oops, I missed one. Alright, so we got the World Legacy Guard Dragon. What else do we have? Okay, Mathmech. Ah, Jinzo. Alright, fair enough. Oh, there we go. We got the Dragon Maid Lorpa. Right. There's a nice Dragon Maid. Hey, we also got a Lightning, huh? Baby Dragon Ruler. Alright, fine one. Appropriate. Now, there's a card back in the day people used to side. And let's see, we got Signet Backdoor. We got the Blinker Lord. Oh, sorry, what is it? Balancer Lord. There's Mathmech. And we got House Dragon Maid. So nice. Wicked. Kobayashi. Yeah, love that anime. 10 out of 10. Looking forward to the 2nd season whenever that happens. So yes, got some lovely Dragon Mage there. Thank you very much. What a great day. Anyway, until next time, thank you all for watching and see you again soon.